All right, everybody, let's get started. And here comes Chris from the Makeup Gourmet. Hi, thanks for tuning in to the premiere episode of Makeup Gourmet Live. Very excited to have you here. This first episode is all about me introducing my concept of makeup to you and also the structure of the show. I really expect the structure of this show to evolve a lot as we go because I'm going to learn a lot about you and you're going to learn a lot about me. And together, really, the show is about you. So the more that I have your presence on the set as I'm working, the better. So let me just dive right in and talk about my book called Face with the Heart, Mastering Authentic Beauty Makeup. This book really was sort of the culmination of my effort to rethink makeup and also my effort to tell others how to rethink makeup. My biggest concern when I started doing makeup was how much makeup was being thrown at people when they were going to cosmetic counters and what have you. And I just really didn't think it was very attractive because skin is skin. And the minute your skin doesn't look like skin, you don't look like yourself. So that's why I call this authentic beauty makeup. How can we make you look more like yourself, not less? In a way, sort of uncover who you are rather than cover who you are with makeup. And so throughout all these episodes, I'll always be going back to that because, well, that is my passion and it's something that I figured out how to do and I want to share it with you. So let's talk about it, just a structure of the show a little bit. We have a live chat. So if you want to ask any questions as we're going along, please type in your name and where you're from as well if you want to. And we'll pick out a couple of names as we go along and we'll answer some questions. And we have a live model today and we'll demonstrate on her sort of your makeup challenge, if you will. And that'll be kind of exciting. So if you aren't a subscriber and you just happen to come across this live event, by all means subscribe, at least to me on Makeup Gourmet at YouTube, but also my website, makeupgourmet.com, because I have lots of great information in my blogs. If you really want to know how to do your makeup better, if you're really looking for sort of a new voice to change how your relationship with makeup, that's what's going to happen. What's cool, like I said, is this show is going to offer you instant gratification, meaning that you tell us, I can't get my eyeliner to work to save my life. And I'll say, oh, really? Have you tried this? And we'll demonstrate. We'll show you some ideas on how to fix those things. And so a segment of the show will be dedicated just to your concerns because that's what's cool about being, on YouTube as opposed to just coming to a studio one-on-one. I can really reach out to you no matter where you are, and you can reach out to me. Oh, guess what? Free makeup. That's right, free makeup. What that means is each episode I'm going to feature a product. I am going to start off each episode with my agenda, which is I'm going to sort of show you step by step how to do the authentic beauty makeup look. And with each step, there'll be a featured product. Well, we're going to pick someone from the live chat. So if you start asking questions or just want to say hi, we'll enter your name. You don't have to write a million questions. Every person gets entered once, and then we're going to pick that person. And since today we're talking about Face with the Heart, authentic beauty makeup, that is the prize today, is my book. So someone's going to win this tonight, and so I hope it's you. The other thing I'll let you know, just as sort of a bonus, as a thank you for watching, from now until midnight, there is going to be I'm giving you a 20% cart discount. And so all you have to do is go to my website. Oh, I had a better piece of paper. That's it right there. And this is the coupon code. But wait until after the show to do this, okay? It won't be active until after the show. But it's Mug Live 1-1. That means Season 1, Episode 1. Isn't that cute? Guess what the next one's going to be? That's right. So every week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m., we'll be having this, except when, for whatever reason, I'm off doing something else. But for the most part, I'll be very consistent. You'll be, as long as you subscribe, you'll be getting notifications for all of that good stuff. All right. So also, what you can do with the live chat is you can suggest episode topics. You can say, "Hey, I'd really like to see a show featuring this, contouring, or how to do the smoky eye, or false lashes, or whatever it is," and I will incorporate that into the program as well. Now, I'm in San Francisco, so if there's anyone out there who would like to be a model on the show, that would be great. What I'm looking for, what I really want you to do is tell me your biggest makeup challenge. So if you would email me, and I don't have a little piece of paper with this on it, but I will tell it to you, info@makeupgourmet.com, info@makeupgourmet.com. And just send me a picture and your biggest makeup challenge and when you're going to be in San Francisco, or if you already live here. I'd love to talk to you and see about having you sit in this chair next to me, where my friend Christine is going to sit in just about a minute, because and to be the model. But that's about all I have to say about that. So I just want to get that groundwork done so you know what to expect. So this is my friend Christine. Come on in, Christine. Have a seat.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Christine. So I'm going to talk about what is authentic beauty. I always try to use as little makeup as I possibly can, for one thing, because I want skin to look like skin, not like makeup. But I figured out some really awesome things, and it's too much to talk about now, so I'm going to be layering this information for you. But what is the face with a heart? Well, it's actually a literal heart. On my book cover, if you can see it, there are these really faint dotted lines that are traveling up past the corner of her lip, up past the corner of her eye. And then the eyebrow, I think of as the top of the heart, like this. This is the heart of the face. And the reason I separate this is this does a lot of things. This angle, just like this, really feminizes the face. And if you follow these rules about these lines and what goes on the inside of the line and what goes on the outside of the line, your makeup's going to look pretty amazing. So let me show this to you. So let me show you on Christine how this sort of translates. So today I did both sides of Christine's face. So would you just look like sort of straight into the camera here and bring your chin up a little bit? Just like there, you're good. You don't have to lean, you're fine. Just like that. So what happened was, you can see that the energy on her face, though subtle, has shifted. There is this slightly upward energy happening on this side of her face. I haven't exaggerated any of her features, but I have maximized her features to the degree that I wanted to do it today. Well-applied makeup is applied to the anatomy. You don't put a face on a face. You want to work with the anatomy that's there and extend it. And once you understand that, it makes makeup easier because you're not really, there's no guesswork. You know exactly where things go. So let me show you the heart of Christine's face. So from her lip, the corner of her lip, up past the corner of her eye. You see that line right there? That is what I call her heart line. All of her contour and blush starts just outside this line. And it comes right up to here and it stops here. So what happens is this field in between her face stays really clear and bright. The minute that your blush comes just inside that line, it starts to compete with the eyes and the lips. And then the face looks busy, messy, and it tells us, where am I supposed to look on your face? Because there's just too much information. But the minute you clean up that information so that eyes and lips are the things you always see first, to me that's good makeup, because you want your communicators to be the things that people look at first. And I think of communicators as eyes and lips because they talk. So if you can isolate those in some clever way, which we are doing, you will find that people will hear you better. They will see you better. They will actually have even more confidence in you because they're not distracted. And when I do makeup, I will talk about reducing the distractions and enhancing the attractions and what that balance is in terms of, how much should I reduce my distractions, or what is a distraction? And really, a distraction is anything that makes you not want to look at her eyes and lips. So if there's anything going on this side of her face that makes you not want to look at her eyes and lips, that's a distraction. So if you see a distraction, please let us know. Right? Chat us a quick question if you want. So going on, the world of the eye. This is so important. And it's all part of the heart thing. So everything I'm doing is very geometric. I'm taking all the sort of the romance out of makeup. But trust me, once you get the makeup on, the romance comes immediately back. This is to help you just have a real, clear, precise sort of rule set. So when you do your makeup, you're like, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I look great, without any questions. So this is what I call the world of the eye. I call this the nose flare, this little part of the nose right there. And I'm using my brush to demonstrate the line. So from the nose flare, right up past the inner corner of the eye, that's one border of the world of the eye. You want all your makeup, eye makeup, to come to this line, and you want it to come to that line. If you get it just to that point, you maximize the eye shape without exaggerating it. If it falls within, the eye diminishes, right? If it goes past, it looks messy. If it's right on that line, it looks maximized without being overdone. The other side of the world of the eyeliner is from the nose flare out past the outer corner of the eye. So you can see all her eye makeup here. Close your eyes for us. Look when I move my brush down. You see how all the eye makeup just stops right on that line. Her eyeliner, her eyeshadow, her eyebrow, everything falls right to that line, and all the makeup comes out here. I do a little trick called cleaning up, because that's a trick, to really make the eyes look more crisp when I'm done doing them. So the world of the eye, the heart of the face, this is her heart. Those two lines in the top of her eyebrows coming down. And that's really sort of the first layer of what a face with a heart is, and how you can start rethinking how you do your makeup. I will argue that when I do makeup, I use about the same amount of makeup for a natural, a balanced, or dramatic look. You don't need more makeup to be dramatic or less makeup to be natural, because you want to look your best all the time. It's the contrast of the colors. If the colors are close together, it's a more natural look. If the colors are farther apart, meaning if I use this color and this color on Christine, on her face, on her eye, it's a big, big contrast. So that's going to be dramatic, just automatically. But let's say I chose these two colors. It's the same amount of pigment, but they're so close together, it just is it's naturally a more natural look. So what you have to get used to is being a little bit more bold with your intensity choices. If you want to look more dramatic, don't add more of the same color, because that just gets messy. You have to go with a higher pigment color. So if you can think about it that way, you're on the first step to using less makeup and looking better. Skin is thin. So when I do makeup, I never apply any layer of makeup more than no thicker than the top layer of skin. Now the top layer of skin is literally like this sheet of paper, this little edge here. That's how thick our top layer of skin is, okay? You can apply multiple layers, but if you don't lay down what you do thinly every time, then makeup is sitting on your face. It's not part of your face. And what happens is when it's on your face, it's going to start to move. And so it's going to have because it has to go somewhere. Our bodies are warm, so it's going to warm up the makeup. Gravity's at play. Things are going to fall down. So by learning how to do thin layers of your application and doing buildable coverage, you'll be amazed. You end up using way less makeup and looking totally great, which is what we want you to do. So again, the overall effect is today we did a balanced look. And all this stuff is in my book, but I'll explain balance. I'll explain the basic different types of effects of makeup. Natural. when someone has a natural makeup, we see them before the makeup. Balance, which is what Christine is wearing today. When we see her, her and her makeup are equal. We see both of them at the same time. And then dramatic. With dramatic makeup, we definitely notice the intensity of the makeup before the person a little bit. But if it's done right, as long as you've applied it to the anatomy, it's not in spite of the person, because all the makeup's in the right place. And then there's trend makeup. And trend makeup is really the most popular, the most common makeup. And because what trend means is we notice one thing about your makeup before anything else. So let's say you do a little cat eye. We notice that. A lot of us don't have time to do everything, so we do our eyes but not our lips. So we notice your eyes only, and it looks like you didn't have time to finish your makeup or what have you. But trend makeup really is you picking what you want people to look at first. Same way we dress. So if you do a real soft look and then you do a strong lip, you want people to look at your lips. You do a natural look, but then you do a high gloss, you want people to look at your lips. You put on false lashes, you want us to notice your lashes. I mean, we can't help it. You know, when you see somebody, you go, you see them, you go, lashes, hello. You just can't help but see that thing first. And so these are all effects that you have control of when you do your makeup. Turn towards me, please. So I want you to notice this. I know it's subtle, but there is this beautiful upturn energy happening. You're going to slowly turn this way. And you can see, and just keep turning nice and slow. You can see how the energy of the face has just changed. And then come back to center for us, right here. You see how the energy has changed, but we're working with light. Trying to make your skin reflect light at its best. Because what is young-looking skin? Skin that reflects light. Skin can have wrinkles all over it, but it can also reflect light really well. It can be translucent. It can look young, no matter what. So young skin isn't just like, you know, teenager skin. It's not like that. You've seen many people have beautiful skin, and you go, what are they doing that I'm not doing? And of course, you know, good skincare is part of that, but the other thing is really learning how to make your skin reflect light, but naturally, not tons of glow stuff, because then you just look like a makeup girl. And that's okay too if you're going out and you want to be all, you know, light to bounce off you everywhere. That's a fun look too. But just if you can capture that and you want that fresh look of being vital, then learning how to achieve that with your makeup application, being able to reflect light, which we will talk about a lot, you'll see a huge difference. So Christine, do you have anything you want to add? Anything did you learn today? Any questions?
I've learned. My question is, I don't like to wear a lot of makeup,
right?
Because I'm intimidated by doing my own makeup.
You're intimidated. So, why? What's intimidating?
Just that I'll screw it up. So I was wondering if there's just a basic thing you could show us how to just something very simple, how to apply.
So what is your biggest concern with makeup? So meaning, if you do makeup, what do you want the effect to be?
I want it to look natural. I'm more of a natural person. So I don't want it to look I don't want to look a makeup girl. But as I'm getting older, I need that glow that you're talking about.
Yeah, and some crispness and definition.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you really want to focus on the features of the face, but the borders of things, and you want to heighten the borders. The brow is a border, the eyeliner is a border, the lips are a border. By just drawing a little attention to those areas, by crisping them up, we see you more clearly, but we don't see the makeup. It's the minute you start adding color that you have to do that right, or it's gonna feel awkward, right? So I'll show you real quick. I already did that side of your lip, but a really good thing for people to do is to just use a lip pencil. Don't use lipstick. Just get a lip pencil, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the pencil and you're gonna draw over the entire lip, not just the edge. So what you're doing is you're getting pigment all over the lip, and then you're going to, I suggest using a brush. This is what I call the modern lip. The modern lip looks like the lip is that color, not that it's wearing that color. So think about that for a second. You know, you see the look where you got the layer of lipstick, and that's what it looks like. But if you take a little brush and you push that pigment down into the lip, what happens is, obviously her lip has color, but we still see the grain of her lip. We still see the skin of her lip. So the two are one. We haven't put something on top of the other, right? And then eyelining is really important. So I'll share this quick tip with you, and I'll be showing you this a lot because it's hard to get. But the more we do it, the more you'll understand it. Your eyeline already exists. You don't draw an eyeline, you fill it in. Now, the minute you sort of accept that, I guarantee you'll have the most awesome eyeliner for the rest of your life. So where does the eyeline live? The eyeline is where the hair follicles of your lashes are, right where they come out of the skin. How do you capture that shape? How do you capture that shape, Christine?
How do you capture that shape?
Well, the point is that we're going pretty close to the eye. We're not going into the wet line of the eye. We're not going below the lashes, but we're going between the lashes. So we'll be doing, I know, exciting, right? Very exciting. So watch this. Turn this way for me. Lift your chin up a little bit. Now, I know you can't see really well right now, but we'll be doing more close-up stuff in future episodes. Bring your chin up for me and look down towards the floor. So here's her hairs right there. If I just try to draw between the hairs, you see the hairs move, and so I'm getting a lot of product on her lashes, but not on her eyeline. So instead, what I do is called a press and wiggle. I move the hair out of the way, and I get my brush down to her skin. And then I press and wiggle, just like that. Now, what's kind of cool about this, look down towards the floor. What's kind of cool about this is you'll be amazed how easy this is to do on yourself. You don't want to go from above. You want to come from underneath. But you're still going just between the hairs, just like that. Press and wiggle. Press and wiggle. It's a gorgeous line. What I've done just now is open for us, is I've captured her eyeline. We don't see any eyeliner on her, but we do see the appearance of the shape of her eye better. And that's exactly what you want. And also what I use on you is navy gel eyeliner, which is available on my website. And the navy gel eyeliner is great because everyone should have a navy, because it makes the whites of your eyes look more white, as opposed to using a black or whatever, or brown. Brown's a tough color. I like brown, but just be careful with brown because it can sure make your eyes look tired. But you can see how nice that looks. But the one thing I didn't do, which I'll demonstrate now, is I really want to give her eye a lift. So look straight ahead. So if you notice, when the eye's open, just look straight ahead at that little green dot. The curvature of the top eyeline goes up, 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 and it peaks right where her pupil is, and then it starts to go down, right? So wherever I put eyeliner, I'm emphasizing that shape. So I didn't take the eyeliner all the way to the inner corner of her eye. So there's more color weight on the outer half of her eye. So I've sort of pulled her eye down a little bit. I've captured the shape of her eye, but I've also put more weight on the downward slope of her eyeline. And that's not good. So here's what you do. Look slightly down for me, please. This is really kind of a bugger of a thing, so just hang on with me, okay? You want to go where the hair stops growing. You want to keep applying this liner all the way to the inner corner and then open. So now that liner goes all the way to the inner corner of her eye. Remember, the longer the line, the bigger the eye, right? And by taking the weight of that line in this way, it sort of takes her eye and it tweaks it this way. It pulls this corner down so the eye starts going up. And you'll see as we work further, I work with a lot of straight lines in order to create energy on the face. Because remember, there's no straight line on the face. The face is three-dimensional. Any line you draw on the face is curving, right? But if you draw a curved line on your face, it's double curving. So it loses a lot of energy. And we'll be talking about that, as we go forward. So just want to get back to the balanced look real quick. Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. A balanced look, that's what I did with Christine today. Here's what I look at when I'm doing someone's makeup. The intensity of their skin, meaning light, medium, dark. The intensity of her iris, light, medium, or dark. And her hair color. And what I do is I choose colors, the intensity is sort of equal to the intensities that are already there. Like I want her lipstick and her eye color to be the same intensity. Not the same color, but almost the same amount of darkness. So we see both eyes and lips at the same time, right? As opposed to the trend look where you do a smoky eye and a light lip, which is a totally smoking hot look as well, but it's maybe a look you don't want to wear to work. Where if you want to be taken seriously and professional, wearing a balanced look like this, with the minute people see you, they already think, wow, but tell me what I need to know. Because you look like you have it together. And, you know, that might be a sad thing, but it's also a powerful thing in the sense that you really control the way how people feel about you when you do your makeup. And, you know, that's kind of a cool thing, I think, because it really is a sort of an extension of who you are. So anything else, Brian? Anything for us? All right, so we are very happy to have had our... Wait, hold on. Hold on now. What you got?
Terry Price.
Hey, Terry Price from
Hi,
Folsom,
Terry.
California.
Hey, Chris, what should I do about discoloration on my skin that isn't in the heart of my face?
Okay, so that's a trip, right? Because you think to yourself, oh my God, turn that way for me. Like, oh, I got some discoloration out here and everyone's going to notice it and I hate that. And so what people do is they start, let me grab the concealer stick, slap, 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 and they start covering up. Well, what happens is we obviously are going to look over there because you don't look normal. You have all this makeup out there. This is where that reduce the distractions, enhance the attractions sort of motto really falls into play. First thing I would say is highly emphasize the heart of the face. Clean this up. When you do that, you reduce the distractions, the discoloration outside of it by 50%. Meaning people are going to notice it less because they're going to notice you more. So in a way, it's sort of a sleight of hand, but it really works. The other thing that I do is I work with correctors, and we'll talk about that. I used a corrector on Christine today to neutralize the redness in her skin, but I stopped right along her heart line because I want some of the redness in her skin out here to stay there because that helps to create the contour. You know, it's where the face turns the corner. Here's her heart, and then the face falls back. And that's what you want. So when you're doing your makeup, first of all, again, really focus on your on the heart of your face. And then when you're out here, what I would do is I would do your regular foundation, powder, thin, do what you do, and then I would take a little bit of your concealer and I would mix it with your foundation. Okay, just a little mix, so your foundation is just a little bit thicker than. So let me show you. Wait, what am I talking about? Let me show you. So I'm going to take some foundation because I got a gallon of it right here. So I got some foundation, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. So this is one of my concealer wheels. That's kind of cool. And these are kind of skin tone colors. So for Christine, she's kind of in between. So I'm going to mix these two colors. And I'm just going to mix my concealer into the foundation. So now this foundation just has a little bit more pigment, a little more coverage. So you've already done your foundation. And make sure after you do your foundation, don't go straight to this. Because remember, wet takes off wet. It's like painting. You know, you paint a wall. If you start to paint again, you just take the paint off. So after you put your foundation on, turn that way for me, you're going to press powder over that foundation. Don't brush it, press it. You don't want to streak it. You want to just mattify it. And then you can brush off the excess powder because you're not moving the foundation. And then I suggest actually using your finger. I mean, it depends on the level of discoloration. There's a few ways you can stipple on the skin. I'm looking for a brush that I want to show you. You can take this product and you can stipple. So means you put the product on the tip of the sponge, turn that way for me, or the tip of the brush, and you can just dot into the area of concern. Just like that. And it's a real natural way to cover a redness area, a dark, a hyperpigmentation, because it goes on so smooth. But if you don't want to deal with the brush because you're hurried, put it on your finger, but get it flat on your finger. Don't go whoop, slap. Small amount and just press like this, tap, tap, tap. So this is the foundation and the concealer sort of mixed. I would say the ratio is 2 part foundation to 1 part concealer. after I do a layer, if I feel like, oh, I want a little bit more coverage, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little more powder. I'm going to first dry what I just did, right? Just press it. Now it's dry. So then, if I want to add more, when I go like this, it's not going to take off what I just put on. Terry Price, does that answer your question? We'd love to know. And that was really fun. So, how do you feel? Do you feel good?
Live question. I feel great.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, great.
I'm in good hands.
You are in very good hands. So we want to thank you for coming here to the first episode. Really looking for some episode topics that might interest you. So please, info@makeupgourmet.com, info@makeupgourmet.com. Remember, you all get a 20% cart discount the second we stop airing tonight. And your coupon code is this. Now, on my website, I have a lot of retail products, but I also have what I call value bundles. And these are things that go well together, and they're already discounted up to 20% and more. So this coupon's not going to work for anything that's already discounted, but it's going to work for all the full price stuff. But the value bundles are worth it anyway because they're usually 20% or more off. And so I guess that's about all we have for right now. So I want to thank Christine, and I want to thank Brian, who's been plugging away, helping us with the technology of this whole thing. And we really look forward, Brian, can you hand me that mouse? We really look forward to seeing you next week. And I'll be announcing my topic as soon as I am ready to, when I hear from you guys and see what you want to have. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.